Hello there, this is Motor Test of the Week. I thought I'd do something a bit different this time and show you the motor before I put it on the thrust stand and show you a few modifications I've made to this one. This is a NTM ROTORDRIVE. It's a 600 series motor. It's 1220 kV and it is huge. Right, I've also converted this into a pusher style. I've also made a cross mount, an X-style mount, out of some nice thick 3mm aluminium, so that should keep that nice and stiff, being so thick with such a large powerful motor. And I've also pushed the shaft through to make this into a pusher style, and basically pushed it through this way to the point where that the prop adapter meets up against there. There's this tiny gap before there, gives it some room to clamp down onto the shaft, so it looks like it touches but it doesn't. And yeah, you see there, there's just a tiny gap. Right, so the shaft I've pushed all the way through. Put a few drops of oil on the bearings while I had it there, and fitted one of these little grub screw collets on there on the 6mm shaft, so that's not going anywhere. Yeah, so that's what I've done on this motor. And to give you a size comparison, this here, let me turn that around like that, the magnets on this motor are ridiculous. This is another NTM prop drive 2836 2200 kV motor, so you can see the size difference there. It's quite a bit bigger, yeah, this and so yeah, you see the size difference with that one. This motor is rated to 3000 watts on 6S, so yeah, quite powerful. I think it says it's take a burst current of 135 amps which is crazy. And yeah, this is going to be the new 3000 watt motor that I'm going to fit in my hex jet. I've been going on about a 3000 watt system for a while. I did fit a different motor in there that was capable of 3000 watts. And I had one flight on it, but only on 5 cell, so it wasn't running that brilliant, that fast. But I ended up deciding to keep that motor for another project and fit this one on, because it's a lower kV than the other one I had, and so should be able to turn a bigger prop, get more thrust, and hopefully it'll fly really well. Another modification I made is this motor came with 4mm bullet connectors on it, and I don't know about you, but I wasn't comfortable running 130 odd amps through 4mm bullet connectors, so I put these massive 6mm bullet connectors on, swap those out, and then hopefully won't have any worries. Right, I'm going to get this on the thrust stand and see what sort of thrust we can get out of this monster. Right, I've got the motor on the thrust stand now. I had to make a new mount for this. I've got a nice thick bit of plywood there, and it's bolted through onto the X mount. Setup I've got, I wanted to get a kind of overkill ESC for this. I didn't want to spend too much money either. I managed to get this one off eBay China. It's a Mystery Cloud. It's 200 amp ESC, pretty big, and it's a U-back, so it doesn't have a back on it. So I fitted it with 26 volt turn G back on there. I decided to for a laugh, just to see what it will run on a 3-cell. And I've got quite a big prop on there. It's a 12x6 gas prop I got from Hobby King. Although it did take quite a bit of balancing, mainly on the up and down part of it. Side to side was alright, but it was there. I've got that there, and I've even got some lead solder embedded in the top just to balance it, because it was really out. Battery is my Lumax. It's only 20C though, but it's 4500 milliamp. It's quite an old battery, so I'm not sure how well it's going to be, but let's give this a run. See what sort of thrust this does. Hopefully that prop isn't too much for it. Blimey, everything in the workshop just flew about then. Let's see what we get here. Is that all? Only 80? What? Only 86 amps? 923 watts? Oh, that is crazy. I have got a 13.4, but it's an electric prop, and I don't know if that would be advisable putting that on there. I just want to see if it would run this beast of a prop on 3-cell, and it does. And what was that, nearly 4 kilos of thrust? Right, let's try something else. Right, I don't know if this one's a good idea either. Decided to keep that 12x6 on. It was only pulling 86 amps. I put the 2700 milliamp 60C 4-cell on there. Could do with a bigger battery really. It's only 2700 milliamp, but it's 60C, so I just want to give this a quick blast on a 4-cell. See what this does. Might max out my scales. Blimey, I thought those scales only went to 5 kilos. It went over 5 kilos. Oops. $121 amps, 1580 watts. Motor's still completely cold. No change there. Blimey, that was over 5 kilos of thrust there. That's crazy. Right, let's see what else we can do. Oh, right, after the last test, I was watching the ply mount, and I was noticing it was bending quite a lot. It was bending back quite a lot. So I just knocked up this quick bit of aluminium there just to brace it, and hopefully that will make it a bit more stronger. Right, what I've swapped over to here is another gas prop. It's a master air screw. Was it 9.5 by 6? It's just a prop I had laying around, and I've switched over to a 5-cell. It's a Zippy Flight Max. Was it 4500 milliamp, and it's 45C 5-cell. Alright, so let's see what we get on this. This could be a bit mental. Oh, sorry, something just fell over there. Let's try again. God, that just makes everything in the room fly around with the force of the air rushing around in my little workshop. Let's get focused a bit there. 108 amps, 1996 watts. That's not bad at all. I could probably have even stuck a bigger prop on there, like a 10x5 or something, and God knows what thrust that would have put out. Because that was 5 kilos of thrust again. You're just making everything in the room just fly about. It's just flying around everywhere. Yeah, about the same. This motor is mental. Right. I think that's about the only prop I can try on a 5-cell really. Let's stick the 6-cell in. Right, I've changed over to a 4000 milliamp zippy. It's 40C. It's a 6-cell. And the prop I've put on is a JXF gas prop, and it's a 9x5. So this one could be mental as well. Probably not the one that I'd end up using, but I thought I'll whack that one on first just to see what we get. Ooh. That didn't sound good, or smell good rather. It's smelling a bit electrical. $117 amps, 2,373 watts I think that was. Yeah. Something's smelling a bit. Don't know what that was. You see, it doesn't feel that hot. Don't know what that is. Right, let's try a different prop. Right, this is one of the props I'll probably be trying on the HexJet, one of 3, and still on the 6L. I've topped it up a bit. Hopefully it's still okay, because it was smelling a bit of smoke, but let's see what we get on the thrust on, what is it, it's a 8x8 APC prop. That's noisy. Over 3 kilos of thrust, it's not bad. Whoa. $121 amps, 2,500 watts. Yeah, motor is getting a little bit warm. Let's get the old temperature probe. We're getting 30 degrees there. Can't really get in from this side. Yeah, can't really get a reading from there. It's about, yeah, 30 degrees. How's the ESC feel? It's warm. It does feel warm, but it's not hot. Right, let's try another prop. Right, I've changed over to the main prop that I wanted to use on my hex jet, which is this one, APC gas prop, and it's a 8x10, so it would be a very high speed prop. I just hope this isn't too much for the motor. I was going to try an 8x9, but I think I'll just skip to the 8x10, see what happens. Top the 6 cell up again a bit, and let's see what we get here. Woo. Ooh, don't know what that was. Oh, I hope I haven't burned the motor. It's only up to 82 amps. Let's try this again. Oh god. Nope, I think that was too much for it. 142 amps. Something's definitely wrong there. It's not liking it. I mean, it's not like it's red hot. I'll change the prop, see what we can do. Hopefully it still hopefully it still works. I've just swapped over to 8x6 quickly, just see if this still works. Oh, it smells a bit. Don't know if this might be getting a bit too much for it. Maybe I need to change some settings on the ESC. It's only 108 amps, nearly 2300 watts. And it's getting warm. Maybe I need to see if I can change some settings on the ESC. Right, I think I've managed to change the hertz on this. I think its standard is 8, and I think I've changed it to 16. I haven't really got instructions on this one. It's normally the last thing, so hopefully I've set that right. I haven't topped up the battery. I just want to give this another run, see what happens with that. Blimey, that zinged up a bit more. And 12 amps, 2381 watts. Damn timer on the trainer, shut up. I don't know if that's improved things or not. Right, let's I'll stick the 8x9 back on. Well, not back on, but I'll try the 8x9, see what we get on that. Right, I got the 8x9 on. I didn't bother topping the battery up, just to do a quick test on this, see what happens. Fingers crossed. No, doesn't like it. It doesn't like it. No. So much for this thing being able to take 3000 watts. It just doesn't like it. I hope I haven't cooked the motor. Yeah, it's up to 38. Degrees. It's still not really hot, but it's just not liking it. Maybe I have to play with a few more of the settings, see if I can do some other things, like change the timing. It's supposed to have auto timing, but right, don't know. It's going well on 4 and a 5 cell. Don't know about 6 cell. I mean, it's more amps than it's supposed to take, but it's supposed to be able to take 3000 watts, but yeah, I have to come back to this one, and after I've fiddled about with some of the timing and that. Alright, anyway, that was this motor test of the week. It's a bit of a disappointing one, well, in some ways. Anyway, if you like this video, click like and subscribe, and I'll bring you some more motor tests like this one. Hopefully the other ones go a bit better. This one's annoying me a bit. Anyway, see ya. Right, I'm back again. It's the next day. I was thinking about this all night, trying to think what I'm going to do about this motor. And when I had a look at it today, I realised that there's actually supposed to be two grub screws in there, but they're not at 180 degrees opposite each other, they're at 90 degrees. So obviously when I looked at one and turned the motor and went, oh, there's not one the other side, there's only one, but there's supposed to be two. So there's two on there. It's kind of my fault, I only had one holding it. But it wasn't like there was two spots ground on the shaft to hold it, so I didn't notice that when I knocked the shaft out. So also what's been happening with this is, because of that, it was spinning and the shaft was spinning in the bell of the motor, and it's worn the shaft, and it was coming undone, and it was causing the bell to wobble. And what's happened is the magnets have hit round the stators. The magnets are still in piece, but they're still in one piece. They haven't broken, but they have ground round, so that's not good. So what I've done is I happen to have a bit of 6mm stainless rod and put it through there, and it seemed to fit a bit tighter. It might have been, you know, a thou or two slightly wider than what the actual shaft was. So it fitted in there a bit tighter, and I've done up both the grub screws with a nice bit of thread lock, but I've also drilled through the other side and tapped it and put another grub screw in, so it's now got 3 grub screws holding that, and hopefully that's going to be enough to keep it a bit more rigid. I've also put two, the shaft's a bit shorter, I've put 2 collets in there now holding that, so hopefully that'll hold that a bit more solid. The other thing is the dome nut. When you turned it, you could see it had a slight wobble on the dome nut, so I've now fitted it with just a normal nut, and hopefully that won't vibrate. So I've got the 6 cell on there. I've got 8x9 prop. I don't think I can run the 8x10, but hopefully I can run the 8x9, so it'll still be pretty quick. Yeah, got the 6 cell, tops it up. It's not fully charged, but this is just a test to see if my modifications have made this run a bit better. So let's just give this one quick test. Oh, well, that seemed to run a bit nicer. Only 125 amps. (2,406 watts). Hey, so that's let's give this a couple more blasts. I've got to go to work in a minute, so I would like to have charged that battery up fully and test it properly, but (26 amps), yeah, it's probably about as max as I can go. I probably can't run the 8x10. It's got a little bit warm, that is. 125 amps. I can't really get in there with this. Yeah, it's up to nearly 40 degrees. Yeah, that's probably 8x9 is probably max. Obviously to keep it a bit cooler in the air, a bit of airflow going over it. So looks like hopefully what I've done is fix this motor, because I was really hoping this motor was going to be good. Anyway, I'll get back to you if things change, and hopefully I can fix this on my hex jet and get some decent speed out of it. See ya.